Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today I've got a really cool Brellum watch. This is the Wyvern Classic Petite Seconde in blue. Now I reached out to Sebastian Mueller, who is the watchmaker behind Brellum, and asked if I could review one of his pieces because from everything that I've seen online, they just look really well done. And he graciously sent this one on to me, loaned it to me so I could share it with you guys. And I'll begin by placing some dimensions here on the screen so you guys can get a good sense of the size of this piece. Now, the dimensions will appear large, and I will say that this is a larger than average watch for this style here. Obviously, this is a dress style piece. But on my 7.25 inch wrists, I actually think it works real well. It's nice to have a little bit more presence with a watch that pops this well. This is a very beautiful watch, and the details definitely come to play when you see this in person. So I will say, yes, it is big, but it's not too big, if that makes sense. So let's go in on a macro level. Let's take a look at some of these really cool details that I think really shine. We have a sunburst effect to this dial in a very unique tone of blue. I really like the sub-seconds there. You can see some very faint guilloche texturing, concentric circle guilloche texturing, and a polished edge that divides the sub-seconds from the rest of the dial. That looks really good. Now we have a domed dial, and you can see along the outer edge we have applied markers. They look really nice. They're high polish, and my only suggestion, I guess, for Brellum is to maybe make those just slightly more dominant, a little taller. I think that would help to just a small degree, but overall, very beautiful execution. And it looks good under this box sapphire crystal that carries inner AR application. Another nice detail is your stepped bezel is brushed with the same direction as your sunray dial there. That's nice attention to detail. And if we look throughout the rest of the satinized case, we can see some very pleasant polished edges, polished chamfering that I think looks really good. So overall, just a beautiful execution of the case. Now let's take a look at the movement here. This is a highlight of the watch for me. What we have is called the BR895-1 movement. You can see is beautifully decorated with blued screws, perlage work, Cotes de Genève on that gold tone rotor. And you can see that the classic Wyvern cutout there, the brand icon in the middle of that gold tone rotor. So this watch is actually an ETA 2895-2 base that is just really well done. And Sebastian has every single one of his Brellum watches tested and certified a chronometer. So you can see that around the outside of the Sapphire Exhibition case back. Chronometer officially certified. Notice even that sapphire display back has anti-reflective treatment on it, which is just a neat touch. So beautiful execution. And one thing that I really like about this is that he's using an ETA. Now a lot of brands at this price point, around the $1,500–1,600 price point, like Zen and Oris and Monta, they're using Sellita movements, but not Sebastian. He's using the real deal, the ETA, which I think is the perfect thing to do. So very impressed with that. Another thing that I like is actually your deployant buckle here carries just beautiful perlage work there. I think that this is awesome. This is a luxury watch through and through. In fact, I'm a little surprised at the price point. I think it's 1590 Swiss francs. This watch feels like it could cost double that easily. So very cool chronometer, beautiful, fine details, great case, great presence, great movement. There is a lot to like about this watch. Like I said, if I would improve anything about it, I'd probably make the applied markers just a little bit more dominant and powerful looking. But other than that, it's very hard to nitpick this watch because it's well done. So just as we close, let me give you some cool history and information about the brand. Brellum, their icon, like I mentioned here on the rotor, is the Wyvern. It's a mythical dragon-like winged beast that has a precious stone encrusted in the forehead. And that stone is called the carbuncle, which you can find engraved in the crown in every single Brellum watch, which I think is pretty cool. Now, I like this watch here because although their brand logo is found on all their different models, this one's actually called the Wyvern. So I guess you could say that this is the signature model within the lineup. And I think that Sebastian definitely has done a very nice job with this one. So stay tuned for more content. I'm going to be passing this forward to other reviewers for their take on it. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.